Hello and welcome back to Wireman's Whimsy. We are going to create another alternate card using elements from the June 2022 paper pumpkin kit called Pick of the Crop. I am going to add in the brick and mortar stamp and cut and emboss folder, and I'm going to use the background paper from the Hues of Happiness set. So let me just walk you through what I've done here. I've got a Blackberry Bliss card base, and I will need to put a lighter basic white piece in here so that you can actually write on it. But I've got this piece from the Hues of Happiness designer series paper, and I've taken a 3 by 2.5 piece of basic white, and I've run it through the brick and mortar folder. You can probably see the depth there, and we're going to layer that up. And I took 2 of the lavender sprigs from the kit and 1 of the vellum pockets, and I folded it over so that it's like a bag that's holding the flowers. And we'll put the flowers in like that. And then I took one of the flower pick or the plant pick signs, and I just cut the bottom off. And I'll put the greeting from the kit, says "You are the sweetest." I'll pop that in there, and then we'll build the card. So I'll start with the stamping, and then we can put the ink pad away. So I'm just going to ink this up. I'm just going to grab a scrap of paper to make sure that this is the first time I've used this stamp. We just want to make sure that it's accepting ink well, and it is. Oh, that is nice and crisp with the Blackberry Bliss. That is wonderful. So let's just pop this down like this. You are the sweetest. And that's come off really nicely there. So let's just close the ink pad now and put that off to the side, and we'll build the card. I haven't decided yet how I'm going to work the flowers, whether I'm going to dimensionalize them or not in the bouquet. So we'll, oh, that's stuck to the surface there. And then we will just see as we build the card. See, with these alternate cards, I get the idea in my head, and then I tend to build them on the fly. So you get to be part of the process as well. And I seem to have managed to get a bit of ink on the card. So I'm just going to double check that this will cover, and that will cover it up. So there we go. Not a problem at all. So I'm just going to flat mount this onto the card like this. See, if you get little wibbles and wobbles and you get things like that, chances are you can find a way to cover it up. Like that's going to cover it up just nicely. So what I'm going to do is I have these the way that I want them to be in here. So all I did with this was I took the piece of vellum and I folded it in. And I had folded it in like this and realized that was too big. So I folded it in again. So the flowers actually cover up this back piece, and all you see is the front piece. And then I trimmed off the bottom so that it would fit on the card. But what I'm going to do is I'm going to place these back in like that. And then I will put adhesive on the back. And this is where I need to decide if I'm going to dimensionalize this or not. I think I'm actually going to, do I want to dimensionalize it? I think I am going to dimensionalize it. So I'm just going to flip this over, and I'm going to add some dimensionals to the back. And this bottom piece will be covered up with the greeting, so we don't have to worry about the dimensional showing through. I am going to put a dimensional right there to kind of hold those flowers where I want them to be. I'm going to peel the backs off of these, and we can put it down. And my upline Tanya taught me the trick that if you can't get the back of the dimensionals off, just put your thumbnail to it and it'll lift the edges up really easily. There we go. So what we're going to do is we're going to put this down, and we're going to put it down in such a way that we cover up that little oops. So we're going to put that down like that. And there we go. And now I'm just going to, I think I'm going to dimensionalize this piece as well, but I need to dimensionalize it on the outside because this piece is already dimensionalized, so it would be too big. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take a dimensional and I'm going to cut it in half just like that. So then I'm going to put dimensional down on this side like this. And then the other half I'm going to put on this side like this. And then when I put it down on here, it will still be dimensionalized, but it won't be standing up again. It won't be like double dimensionalized. So there we have a really pretty card using elements from the 2022 paper pumpkin kit called Pick at the Crop, but we've added in, as I said, the brick and mortar die or embossing folder, and the background paper is Hues of Happiness. So thank you so much for watching, and we will create together again soon.